Hello everybody. Right, so in this live stream I'm going to be using my airbrush to add some sort of highlights and stuff to the hawk fist. Now it's all roughly one sort of shade of green, so basically just going to add some black and stuff to these bits very subtly, just to give it a bit more depth. Hey Project Launch, how you doing? You had a good day? Or start of the day where you're from? I don't know where you're from, so. Hey John, how you doing? So we're going to be running through some very basic airbrush techniques today. What is called the Dagger Stroke, which is basically just your straight lines. Yeah, it's just all about the control of the dual action. It's all in the finger. There is going to be a constant noise because I'm going to have to keep running my airbrush compressor. It's only a little baby compressor, but yeah. I'll just show you quickly the paints I'm going to be using. Createx airbrush colors. These are just because I've got these laying around. It's a transparent green, which is okay for this. And then the black is opaque. So basically, I'm just going to be mixing these two just to get some slightly different variations of green on here. So let's I might load up with a little bit of just black first and just sort of go in some of the deep lines and see what happens. Theme park awesome. How are we doing? Sorry I didn't go live last night. I was yeah, basically I'll be honest, I just wanted to sit down and watch telly last night, so that's why I didn't. So yeah, it's going to be, I'll probably be here for about half an hour to an hour tonight. So yeah, let's get the compressor on, get some paint in the gun, and start having a go. Don't know what that is stuck on there. Yeah, we'll leave it, see what happens. Right. So that's the sound of the compressor. Is that okay for everybody? Not too loud, is it? My favourite Marvel film? I don't know. I suppose one that was quite a staple film, sort of Marvel film, was sort of like some of the early Spider-Man ones. They were sort of the ones that I really enjoyed growing up. They're a bit too high. Don't know if you can hear that. So that's basically just push down on it. You got the air, and then you pull back to the paint. It's only water that's in there at the minute because I've just basically flushed it out. So what I'm going to start, actually, I might just put some green in to start with, just to see how much different this green is compared to the green that I've got on there. Looks a bit more vibrant, this green does, compared to what's already on there. But we'll have a look. Yeah, it's quite a bit bright, actually, that is. So what I'm going to do is just use, for this nail bed, I've had a few look at some reference photos for the Hawk nails, and they're basically green with like a very small amount of highlight on them. So I'm just going to hit this with a bit of this, just to basically do some lines, just to break it up a little bit, basically. Nice. Very subtle, very sort of, you guys probably can't even see it. I don't know if I can hold that up, whether that's, I don't know, camera's picking that up, probably not. Like, I can only just see it in person, so I doubt you guys can see it. Avengers Endgame. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And the Saturday, well, I'll be there. I'll be there with my family on the Saturday. But you're more than welcome to come say hi. You know, I'm a very approachable person. I don't bite. I might add a little bit of, if I've got any left, thinner. So this is basically reducer. You can just use water, or yeah, if you're using solvent paints, you can just use thinners. But this is like specifically made by Createx. It's basically, I think it's basically just like water with a bit of like a fluid aid that just sort of helps disperse the water. It's very similar to or any of you that have dishwashers and you put the rinse aid in with it. It basically just breaks up the, I don't know how to explain it really. It's like the, if you have a droplet of water, it's basically like it's got a skin on it, and it takes quite a bit to break that skin in order for it to move. Whereas if you add rinse aid to it, it becomes a lot more fluid and it breaks a lot easier. So this sort of just helps the paint flow a bit better. So a little bit of useless information for you there, but you know, now you know. Bada bing, bada boom. See, I'm only putting very minimal paint in here, like literally a couple of drops. Like, I don't know if you can see, probably can't see. There's like, it's only just covering the bottom. So always easier to add more than it is to try and take stuff out. So I'm going to add a little bit of black with this now. Now the black will be very overpowering. So it's not been over there somewhere. Alright, so again, just basically just go in like a drop at a time. I might go 2 drops actually on that. Mix that up in the cup. Put a bit more reducer in there just to help it mix up a little bit. There we go. Now we're cooking on gas. Yeah, man, it's always a good day at Alton Towers. It's always good to book the tickets. There we go. That's mixed up fairly enough now, so should really have a bit of paper just to yeah. So I'll just spray on this just to make sure I've got a consistent colour. It's pretty much black. That's fine. That's fine. So we're just going to sort of put some bits in between here. Is that showing up on there? Yeah, ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. So very light. Very light. You can always do more. So just thin layers, very light. Very subtly. Is that sort of... Yeah, it's showing up on the camera. My next big project... well, my next big project will be the winner of the competition. So, yeah, whichever one that is, I don't know. So, I'm basically just going to put all the ideas into a hat, pick one at random, and that'll be the winner. Just oh. My favourite YouTuber. Wow, that's not really give that one much thought. My favourite YouTuber. I don't know. I like a lot of YouTubers. Are you just thinking like theme park related ones? Any? I suppose whose content do I watch the most? I watch PewDiePie quite a lot. I sort of have phases where I sort of go in and out of watching his. Obviously, he's been around for a long time. So yeah, I like watching his. I like watching him mess around and stuff. Obviously, a shout out to Jack Silkstone. He's one that I always watch his videos as soon as they come out. He's a boy. Him and the boys. Yeah, they're a yeah, awesome bunch of lads. They are. I watch like quite a lot of Halloween like prop making videos and things like that. Quite a lot of woodworking ones. I quite like watching somebody build something out of wood. That's quite cool. This has sort of turned this more into a sort of cartoony sort of hulk, which is fine. You know, nothing wrong with that. Turn it around, do the side now. Sort of get in here a bit. Sorry if I keep putting my head in front of the webcam. But yeah, let's darken that up a treat. Are we thinking it's looking better? It's looking a bit much with just the dark lines at the minute, but what I'll do is I'll go over with some green just to sort of blend it a bit more. I always find I probably go a little bit too much. I try and do too much depth with the airbrush because I used to be an airbrush painter. I sort of had to make a flat surface look 3D, so I probably overcompensate a little bit. But you know, we're learning all the time. Start working on the back a little bit. Yeah, Jack Silkstone's a good dude. Theme Park Force, yeah, I've watched some of their stuff. So I watch a bit of everyone's, to be honest. It's sort of like if they're doing something that I'm interested in, or they're going to a park or something that I'm thinking about going to, then you know I'll happily sit and watch their stuff. Yeah, I've watched the odd thing of Mr. Beast. It's not that I've sort of followed, so I don't really know his sort of like true story. I just know that he gives people a lot of cool stuff. So yeah, that's always a good thing. I mean, he must make a killing from it to be able to give away what he does, but you know, fair play to him. So what I'm doing here is I'm just following the sort of natural curves of where things should be, just to sort of add that bit more, sort of knock back the dark bits and bring forward the light bits. So you can see there, it's like made that a little bit darker and sort of made it look a bit deeper than what it actually is. to plug them with a light. Right, I think. I don't know where to plug my laptop in though. Yeah, I think he has his merch store as one of his main incomes. I think he gets sponsored quite a lot as well. So yeah, that's got to always be a good thing, isn't it? So really darkening this up now. Awesome. A lot by Honey. Oh, okay. So I think I'm sort of pretty happy with that. Let me just turn these up. and the little lights on. It might help a little bit. So let's just have a moment of quiet. And yeah, so that's looking it's looking pretty good for the first sort of pass. Just turn that off. Awesome. So I'm just recording a little bit for the vlog that I'm doing for this. So. According to the Alton Towers website, they have put on some updates to suggest that yes, fireworks will be going ahead. To what capacity or it will be price, I'm not entirely sure, but I think as long as the government allows them to, they will do it. And I think they're gearing up to do it, but obviously it will depend heavily on what the government says. So if the government says no, then yeah, they won't be doing it. So that's looking pretty good. I'm quite pleased with that. I don't know how well that's coming up on the webcam, but it's just sort of made things look a bit more, yeah, a bit more contrast on there. How do you get sponsored? Not a clue. Not a clue, but if anyone from Createx is watching this, I would love to be sponsored and have some free paint. Yeah, I don't know. I think you've just got to get recognised by a company. They've got to like. just about adding little bits. Slowly does it. Looking pretty good. How they're going to run it in the dark? I think that people have just got to take responsibility for their own actions, which disappointingly, a lot of people are just sort of ignoring the fact that we're in a pandemic, which is not helpful to anybody. So yeah, people just need to sort of, Alton Towers can only do so much. They can only put out the markers. They can't force people to act civil and do the right thing. So people just need to, take responsibility for their own actions and just behave themselves. Because if they don't, the government are just going to close everything down. Yeah, I suppose maybe do a bit. I mean, I've had some people send me stuff to review and that, but no one's actually given me money to do things. Got some free stuff, but never just money. Someone's found the accelerator on his motorbike. Right, I think I'm going to leave that here for tonight, because I'm sort of, I'm not really feeling it too much at the minute. I've made a start, which is the main thing, and it's looking a lot better. I think I'll hit it with some highlights next, and then I'll be able to see where I need to sort of knock them dark bits back a bit more, make them a bit more greener, make it a bit more sort of flowing. But thanks everyone once again for joining me, and I really appreciate it. It makes my evenings a lot more pleasant, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll either be back tomorrow night or actually no, Saturday. I'll be on the live stream with Close to Dan, so make sure you head over to Close to Dan's YouTube channel, and I'll see you all on there at 7:30 if I don't see you before. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.